topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Good evening, South Florida, and welcome to another episode of Eat and Critique with Steve-O and Sophia, where we present the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tonight we have a guest, Hugo from Vincent's Bistro. It is the best French pastry shop restaurant in, I believe, all of South Florida.
You know what I see, the restaurant, somebody having a business meeting, and they want somewhere a little quiet, but they want to really impress the client. This is that place to go to.
It's not that quiet, though.
Well,
maybe outside, like in the garden.
Yes.
They have a beautiful garden. But let's welcome Hugo.
Yeah, you know what? One of those places that if you close your eyes, you go up to the counter, and they have this big glass enclosure, and you close your eyes no matter what you pick.
You won't go wrong.
Yeah, you won't go wrong. That's pretty amazing.
Bonjour. Bienvenue.
Oh, my God. She's starting with the French again.
I pronounce it like a Greek instead of like a French.
We had you on instead of Daniel Blue tonight.
Yeah.
There you go. Happy New Year. Congratulations. I see you got married.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love your restaurant.
Bro, how did you have time to get married?
It was quick, but it was
shotgun. No.
Oh, but he's so busy.
I know. This restaurant is amazing, listeners. I have recommended this restaurant to so many people, and a lot of physicians asked where to go. Actually, a lot of physicians, because I in healthcare during the day, have asked where they could get a good French bakery, and I send them to you.
Yeah.
Your bakery is unbelievable, Hugo.
The best croissants I've ever had. And I've had croissants at a lot of places. And your quiches are out of this world.
Everything is. My sisters even commented on the croissant that it was the flakiest they've ever eaten. And your father was trained in Paris, correct?
Well, actually, not really Paris exactly, more the north of France, but closer to the eastern border. He originally wasn't a pastry chef or anything. He was trained to work in like poultry and making sausages as like almost like a butcher. And he did a trade school for that, and then went on and moved to another country, Canada, where then he opened his first restaurant, which was more of like a breakfast, brunch, American type of restaurant, and then went back to France and then taught himself more modern cuisine, and then moved here to the US, where then he taught himself pastry making and the art of, croissants, pastries, quiches. He had a lot of friends that were in the industry already who helped him out and gave him a lot of advice. So that definitely helped.
Your restaurant's amazing. And talking about croissants, I saw when we were there that you won a competition in 2023 for, I believe it was for the best baguette, best croissants.
Yeah. So it was organized by the FACT, which is the French Association of Art and Craft, I think, in Florida. And they organize those competitions every year for different things. That one in particular was best croissants, best chocolate croissant, best baguette. There's been other ones for more recently, the best king's cake, which is like a traditional cake that's made in January 6th, I believe. And then they have, those competitions throughout the year. And there was, I believe, 19 other people competing for that competition, that particular one. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, you guys deserve it.
What makes your croissants so much better than everybody else's?
Secret.
I think that a lot of places that you go to have the right material, the right machines, and they might have the right technique, but what they're missing might be the ingredients, the right flour, the right butter. We have a close friend who imports the flour directly from France. Same for the butter. So, cooking is more of something that you can do with pretty much any ingredient from any origin. Now, pastries and croissants in particular are more of a very specific, precise art where you need certain ingredients from. Really, it's more of a chemistry than just executing steps one after another. You really need the right ingredients, and I think that can make a big difference.
I'm amazed that because they always say when you are in the South now that it's no comparison, but the pizza, they always say it's the water. But when you think about it, the northern pizzas are different.
They
So
are.
I can understand. I can't believe you guys import the flour and butter.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. No, we have to, because it made a huge difference for us. And we saw it throughout the evolution of the bakery in the past almost 5 years, with different ingredients, testing different things and different just methods. There's been a lot of research going into it. We actually had, we became friends with the world champion of chocolate croissants. I know it's weird that there's a thing. There's the world championship.
I love chocolate croissants.
And
I'm
he
sorry.
he
Go
flew
ahead.
he flew to Florida to come and meet my dad and look at what we do, and give us his input on what we could change, what we could better, and it's definitely been a big evolution. A lot of learning.
What makes the French flour different? What's different about the flour there?
It's actually down to molecules, down to the like I was saying, the chemistry part of it. So each flour is going to have a different type of serial number. To kind of vulgarize it, it's like when you go to the store, you buy usually all-purpose flour, which is going to have, in America at least, higher gluten content than specific flours that you can use in Europe for pastries and all that. The reason why it has a higher gluten content, I don't know. It's just something that we've noticed. It actually also makes people more gluten intolerant in America. That's why you see a rise in people being gluten-free now, because they can't really handle it anymore. But yeah, so certain flours have those serial numbers, like a T46, T45, et cetera. And if you don't use the specific number, then you won't get the right result. You won't.
Wow.
Would you mind describing a couple of your top dishes to everybody?
The potato quiche. Oh.
Well, we offer obviously lunch sandwiches. We have a classic, which is called the Paris. It's a simple ham and cheese, ham and brie specifically. Then we have all of our quiches. We have a Lorraine, which is going to be like a traditional ham, cheese, and onion quiche. Very, very traditional. You can find that in a lot of places in France. My favorite one that I always recommend to you guys is the potato quiche.
Yes. Oh, that was delicious.
Yeah, with potato, garlic, and cheese. It's more like almost like a scallop potato.
Yes.
And so that's my favorite one. We sell a lot of spinach as well. But I mean, there's something for everyone. Everyone can.
And the pastries are all homemade too.
Yeah.
And that's another difference with your bakery. A lot of bakeries bring it in from other places. You actually make it.
We actually sell to other bakeries. So that's
Good for you.
We wholesale to other bakeries in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Palm Beach Gardens. So it's something we do, and we're proud of making everything ourselves. But it's obviously very time consuming. Takes a lot of time, effort, and money, and it's hard to find the right people to take on more tasks and do more work, because there's obviously always a rise in demand, and especially right now that we're in the season, you need a lot more people to make those croissants, for example.
People don't realize how hard, first of all, how hard it is to find servers. Just servers are hard to find. And wow, prices are going up on everything, aren't they? All the ingredients, prices are going up.
Yeah, a good example for that would be in 2021 or 2022, maybe we start making those pistachio croissants, which a lot of people liked. We even made a version with pistachio, almond, and chocolate all in one, which were a killer. A lot of people loved them, and we had to discontinue them because the price of pistachio rose about 100%. So
Wow.
a lot of people ask us okay, when are you guys going to bring those back? But it's just like, well, we can bring them back, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. That's
yes.
Why did pistachios go 100% increase? I mean, was it due to some type of a weather?
I don't know.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. That's terrible.
And describe some of the pastries that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have pretty wide selection of tarts, fruit tarts, strawberry, blueberry, raspberries, for example. A lot of people love those. They're like a fan's favorite. And then we have all the classics like the opera cake, the pear breast, the flan. Even we have our own version of what most people know as the Spanish flan. We have our own version of that with vanilla. We have a vanilla and chocolate one as well. So we have, every day we try to keep a baseline of regular pastries that we have, every day that you can come in at any time and get if you'd like to. And then on the weekends, especially, we try to add more specialty pastries, things that we try for a day or two, see if people like them. If not, we don't do it again. If they do, if people like them, we'll try to introduce them more often.
Your restaurant is really cute too. It has that.
The decor.
It does feel like you're in Europe in the garden. You guys did a wonderful job with the garden and the tables and the flowers. And then there's indoor dining as well. And what are the hours?
So we're open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. from Tuesday to Sunday. And that's pretty much all year long.
So you're closed on Mondays.
Correct. We're open.
Do you do any special events for people if they wanted to do catering or order for a wedding or?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do catering. We do a lot of deliveries for big parties, big events, whether it's social events or if it's more of a business meeting, business event. We've done openings of different places. We can do a lot of things, almost everything. The only thing that we don't do is welcome, like let's say a big party, like for the dinner time, stuff like that. We try to keep things during regular business hours.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's hard work. It's family run too.
Yeah, what time do you start prepping in the morning?
So the team of pastry chefs starts usually at around 4 a.m. During high season, just because we have a lot of things to start, take out. Things need to start proofing. We try to work in a way that we schedule things a day before. So when we close at 2 o'clock, we still have those pastry chefs working in the back, and they're making the pastries. They're starting the main ingredients that they need for the next day, where it's just the next morning at 4 a.m. It's more of just additioning things together, putting them together more than having to actually bake. Things are already done. It's just like putting like an IKEA piece of furniture together. You already have everything prepped. You just need to put it all together and put it out for sale. So that's how we process things. And yeah, so it obviously can get pretty intense, especially during high season, like I said.
It's a lot of hours.
What's amazing is I could never work in there.
I'd be eating it
all.
all.
Oh my God, I would be eating. I mean, every time we've gone in there, it's, you got this big selection. And it's like everything looks so good. It's like, yeah, do I want this? But I just know that the quiches that you do, and I've had all different kinds of quiches, especially the one with the potato, the scalloped potato. Oh, it was, I can't describe, it was so delicious. So if you're having a party and you want to do something different and blow everybody away, this is give everybody your address and your phone number.
Yep. So we're located at 516 Lucerne Avenue in Lake Worth. Zip code is 33460. And the phone number is 561-533-0840.
Well, when Sophia told me that she had talked to you and you were going to come on the show, it's like, I mean, and this is evening time. You're not even open. Thank God they're not open right now.
Oh, look how tired he looks. I feel really bad, but I'm excited you came on, and I really thank you for doing that for us.
Yes.
We love your restaurant, and I know we both highly recommend it to people that ask about it. And I've been there so many times, and you guys are always so busy, and it is a family-run business. His mother, his father, now his wife.
And if you ever have a promotion, Chef, if you ever have a promotion you want to get out there, please feel free to call us anytime, and we'll get the word out.
Sure. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to tell the listeners about the bakery restaurant?
Let's think.
We got the times when they're open, which is
have outdoor dining. They do events.
Very easy to find.
It is easy to find.
And parking is pretty easy. I don't know what it's like on a Saturday or Sunday, but
pretty easy. We have the street in front of us, which is 4-hour free parking. And then there's a parking to the right of us, which is also 4-hour free parking. Overall, it's pretty easy. Unless there's some kind of event in town, you can find a spot pretty easily. And yeah, I mean, if I had to say something, be that obviously, everyone is welcome to come and try our food. If you, for some reason, don't like the food, directly to directly with us, talk with us. If something happened during your time there, let us know, and we'll make
Not
things
gonna
better.
happen. No, there's nothing that's bad in there. Everything's so good.
Everyone has their own, their own taste and preferences, so we always try to make sure it works out for everyone.
Well, thank you for
Well,
coming. And
I'm going to come by next week. I want to show you something that they do in Houston, Texas,
Mhm.
at a bakery there, a fine bakery there. And I've never seen it here in Florida. I cannot believe it, but I'll bring it by to show it to you. And it would be something you might want to look at doing. I don't know about the prep work for it, but all I know is there's stores, there's bakeries that this is all they sell. That's how popular it is.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
is it French?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it can fit anywhere. Anyway, I'll bring it into you, Shep, and thank your dad so much for us too.
Yeah,
I
well,
want to congratulate you again on your wedding.
thank you.
Congratulations and wish you many years of happiness. And congratulations for the big win in the baguette competition with the baguettes and croissants. And what was it? Baguette, croissants, and there was one more, right? Congratulations and thank you, Hugo. We'll
Thank
see you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Have a
I
great
love having
evening.
him on. Thank you, buddy.
I would be
Good
eating
night.
everything out of there. I caught you eating something too that day. I was like showing my sisters, what's he eating? Anyway, good evening. Thank you so
See you
much.
guys as well. Thank you.
Good night.
He's a good guy.
He is.
And the restaurant is it's so
It's
amazing.
cute. It's a cute little restaurant. And I like sitting outside, like in the garden area.
Oh, yes.
It's so nice and just everything.
I'm really
about it.
upset tonight.
Why?
Well, I'm kind of upset with myself. There is an article I read today about a restaurant been closed down 4 times.
Oh,
And it's in Boca. And first of all, I'm mad at myself because I don't remember the name of it. But can you imagine being closed 4 times? And did I tell you Gallagher's caught on fire?
no.
Yes,
When did that happen?
a couple nights ago. Yeah, there was flames coming out the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah,
What happened?
I don't know.
They
They
left
didn't.
something on the stove like I do.
But Gallagher's
Uh-uh.
is a really fine
High-end
steak
steak place.
restaurant. I'm kind of surprised that they opened there. I'm going to tell you why. It's right there in Boca, right on Glades
Glades Road.
and 95.
Mhm.
Right behind it's Prime,
Mm-hmm.
who's been there forever, and across the street's Abe and
Abe.
Louie's.
Right.
So why would they put another steak place? I know they bought the building, so no one could keep them from coming in. They're one of the finest steak restaurants in New York.
New York. Right. Well, maybe it was them trying to get no insurance money. No, maybe it's a chef like me.
And if you haven't gone to our website lately, which is eat and you got to spell and out, critique tvshow.com, you should go visit it. We've got
A new
So-
look.
well, Sophia's put a lot of new things
A
on
new
it,
look.
a lot of pictures. It really gives you some great ideas of places to dine out at. And everyone on there are restaurants that we recommend.
Yes, we do have restaurants on there we recommend. And we did take some off that unfortunately closed due to financial
Dad, you know
problems.
what? Sophia, I got
Sad.
to tell you,
It's
it
really
is
good
so
restaurant.
sad what is happening to restaurants.
Mhm.
And what's really sad about it is, some restaurants would say, you know what, we're retiring. When our lease is up in 8 months, we're going to shut it down. Or, we're just tired, we're just burnt out. But nowadays, they just are closing the doors up without any notice at all.
Right.
And not only people going to the restaurants,
Their
employees
It's sad.
with a sign on the door. They didn't even
Tell them.
tell
that's
their
sad.
employees. Now,
Or pay them.
yes,
That's sad. Very sad.
if you remember Ocean's 1, which they had about 5 or 6 of them here, just closed all their restaurants down.
But Ocean's 1 wasn't one of our recommendations.
No, it was. And you know who else closed down that I was shocked? If you can't make it on the walk in Coral Springs, there's something wrong. So a new restaurant opened up called Blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
It was a restaurant and sports bar, a gastropub. I'm telling you, it took them about 7-8 months to build out.
I remember them building
It
it
took them
out.
4 months to go out of business.
That has to be capital.
You think?
Just a sports bar.
Every
Yeah.
time I drove by there, it was really busy because they had outside dining,
That's weird then.
but all of a sudden they were gone. Shut down. See, we have to be careful in the places we recommend.
Vicky's here. Yay. Vicky's our next
Oh, Vicky's on.
guest. She's in the green room.
Wow.
Let's bring her on. I think we're all red.
Hi, Miss Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello, can you hear me?
We
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
Perfect. How are you all tonight?
Doing good. We're getting excited about this big event that's coming up next month.
What are you talking about next month? Can you believe it's almost the end of
I
January
know. Can
already?
you believe it? How
What's it,
close
2
we
weeks?
are?
2 weeks
It's
away
gone
now.
by so fast.
Wow. I don't want it to go by this fast. Last year was fast.
When do you start? And we'll tell everybody all about the event. When do you start planning for it?
Basically, the day after we do it.
Oh,
I knew it. I told
We
you.
do. We start. We pick the date and we reserve the spot, and then we just start contacting the big things. We have to do permits to be there and everything else, and then of course the bands are the next things that we book, and the alcohol vendor, and then we get a break for about 4 or 5 months, and then we start having to book everything else.
when do you start contacting the firemen for the chili?
We start about 4 months ahead of time, and we've got every department around here is all in. So everybody.
Oh, good. Everybody from last year?
Oh,
Yes.
how many are there this year?
25 so far.
50?
I know, that's a lot of chili.
Are you serious?
You know what? There's, and we have a lot of pictures on our website.
Oh, yes.
But there is like some of these people just go all out.
Mhm.
Yes, they do, and they all love to decorate their booths, which is part of the fun. And then the other thing is that everybody loves having some secret recipe, whether it's, they've got Guinness in their chili or they've got, smoked brisket. Everybody's got a thing that is specific to what they really want to showcase and everything. So it's a lot of fun, and it's always interesting to see what the big recipe is going to be this year.
This year it seems bigger than last year. You have 3 bands.
Yes.
That's amazing. How many booths of chili?
There's 25 booths so far, and they all sign up at the last minute, actually. That's where we have like 5 spots that are left.
Oh, wow.
So we will see what they all come up with. And then we have a couple of other people that are coming from the community that will be there as well. So that's kind of interesting. And of course, we'll always have the Pink Pumper, and we've got a couple of charities that are going to be there. Remember the girl that does the firefighter dolls, and she
Yes.
donates her money for firefighters with cancer. And so they'll be there, Girl Scouts selling cookies, that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun event. It's Saturday, February the 3rd at Abacoa Town Center, and from 12 to 5. And it's perfect environment for a whole family. So kids, adults, everything. And like you said,
How about the pets? I've never seen so many
and the
dogs.
dogs.
Yes,
Those are
yes.
the kids.
Mhm.
There were so many cute animals there last year.
And the people who dressed up like animals.
I know. I was going to say the
Yes,
kids
yes.
side of that.
Mhm.
They were adorable. Then
Yeah,
and
what
that
are
group is called what are they called? The pre-firefighters or
the cadets?
the
Yes, so they're
cadet?
under 18. So they're the cadets,
Yeah, they
and
were
then
young.
the volunteers are the reserves. Once you hit 18, you can go into the reserves, the volunteers, and then you've got all the career guys that'll be there as well.
Well, Vicki, I learned a lesson last year. Always be careful what you say and who you're saying it to. I was watching one of I guess the booths early on, and a lady said, she was just standing there. She said, "What did you think of the chili?"
Oh, I remember
And
that.
I went, "Well,"
I remember
she
that.
said, "Was it your favorite?" I said, "No, wasn't my favorite." I said, "It was just okay." And it was the daughter of one of the firemen.
Oh yeah.
Boy, did I have to.
Love them all.
We're restaurant critics, and we tell people the way it is, whether good or bad. So it was just instinct, but I felt so bad because it was her father.
I remember that.
Rest-
I'm gonna muzzle him this
I
year.
learned a lesson. But you know what, Vicki? It's so much fun being out there. There's so much energy, and everybody is having a good time. It doesn't get crazy there,
No.
and it's a place to bring the family, have a lot of great chili. I mean, a lot, and listen to good music, and hear the firemen talk about their chili.
Yeah.
Because who does it better than the fireman who made the chili?
And me begging that one to give me his recipe, but he wouldn't do it.
Most of them will not. They've all got their secret. That's for sure.
So why don't we kind of go over the event again? It's February 3rd at the Albacoa in Jupiter, and it is going to be a fundraiser for the fallen firefighters. Go ahead and tell everybody all about it.
Sure. Yeah, it's the benefit is for the Fallen Firefighter Memorial Project, and that is to commission the artist to build a fallen firefighter statue in Palm Beach County. We don't have one, unfortunately. And so that will be really good. And it helps bring, closure to the families that have had somebody who's been passed away. We've had like 7 names that went on the wall last year. So it'll be nice to have something that's local for the families to be able to go see and do. So that's our big project. All the proceeds, 100% of all the money goes to that project. And it's $20 for an armband, and you can eat all the chili you can take, all the chili you can stand.
Yeah. What, Vicki, what does it take nowadays to be a fireman?
You got to be over 18, and then it's about a year and a half of school. And and then there's a lot of medical and physical agility tests that you have to do ahead of time to be able to be eligible to get into the fire academy. And then once you get out of the fire academy, you take a test to be state certified. And then from there, you start looking at fire departments. most all departments from Orlando down, you have to be a firefighter and a paramedic to work in
Oh.
fire service. So there's very few that hire just firefighters in South Florida, because so much of what we do is also the paramedics. So got to
Yeah,
do both.
because when you see paramedic come out, you almost always see a fire truck coming out also.
Most of the fire trucks have all the paramedics on them as well. So that way, regardless of where you are, there's a paramedic that's there to be able to help you out.
I didn't even know that.
You know, I noticed, especially in Coral Springs, and some of the other areas, the buildings are getting higher and higher and higher. And how do they, the ladder trucks, how high do they go?
Most of them could go at least 10 floors. They don't normally go too much beyond that. That's a lot of stairs for the firefighters to climb. We have a special key that we can use for the elevators, but it has to be special conditions to be able to use the elevator. Most of the time, it's the stairs.
Wow. They have to be in great shape.
Yeah, no, hey, listen, we saw those guys. And women, it's not just men.
Yeah.
We need a calendar. We need a chili cook-off calendar.
Well, that's a great idea.
That is a
Women
great
and girls.
idea.
That was my sister's idea. Margaret's idea, Vicki.
Well, very well. We'll have to look. You'll have to pick point a few out while you're there.
I'll have to have her point them out. So we have to have men and
What
women.
time can people start getting there, Vicki?
It starts at 12, but if they show up like 11:45, 11:30, we're already ready.
Okay.
And then there's 2 parking garages that are right there off of Main Street, so it's super easy. And they're
Do they
free
have
parking
to pay
garages, so
or
they
it's
can.
free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes
I
it
gotta
very
tell you,
convenient.
this event is amazing. We will be out there. We'll be judging, but and you've always got celebrities out there as judges. You had some great celebrities last year.
Who are the judges this year?
T.A. Walker from Channel 5, and then Jason from the ESPN radio show.
He was really
And let's see, I should remember all the other ones. Commissioner Marino from the North End, Jupiter District, and you guys, and I think that's it.
I saw, I can't remember his name now, but I saw one of the judges. He used to be at iHeart when I was there.
Oh, yeah, we have Eddie O from New Country. He's also a judge.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think what the guy, he was kind of like Lettuce. He was kind of like in charge. Or I can't think what his.
Yeah, he wanted to be in charge. Let him be in charge. We know who's really in charge.
Anyway, maybe we'll get Vicki to come back again next week.
Every week
And-
until the event, Vicki.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Vicki.
No, I was like, sure, we'd love to be on and help promote it. And it's a great event, a great cause. And, you know, how bad can it be? You're there with great bands, firefighters with hot chili and live music, and there's an alcohol vendor there. So we've got everything covered.
And hot firefighters.
I'm going to tell you something.
Our
Anybody
calendar.
calls us up, a chili place to come do a tasting there before the event, we're not going until after the event.
And cute dogs. It is like the perfect family event to go to. And this year, no rain. It's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful. I've been checking the weather all along. We're good.
And not cold. It's going to be 80s and perfect. 70s. I'll take 70s.
We'll look forward to it.
But you know what, though? Last year, it was not so, but it didn't ruin it.
didn't-
Everybody was
No,
so
everybody was
busy having a good
fun.
time. No one even cared about the weather.
It was fun. Thank you for having us again. And thank you for coming on the show. And
Why,
we'll
thank
see
you for asking me. We look forward to seeing you guys there, and bring your palate for all that chili.
Okay.
We'll see
Vicki's
you
using
next
big words
Monday.
now.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thanks,
All right,
Vicki.
thank
Have a
you.
good evening.
All right, see you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
They are so cool.
They are.
I think Randy's a little stage fright.
Randy?
He never,
No.
well, he
no.
never comes on.
Because she's the boss.
Oh. Is that the way it's supposed to be?
She's the boss. Vicky's the boss.
So we were talking about
The restaurant closing.
yeah, that just, but I saw someone who has been shut down 4 times, Sophia. You know what? That just means they don't care.
Maybe, but where are they located? On the water?
No, they weren't on the water.
Okay.
But still, it's like, you know.
But okay, so I have one thing to say.
It's a talk show. You only have one thing to say.
Remember the one restaurant in the mall that was shut down. How do you shut down one restaurant for roaches and rodents, but not the other restaurants? They're like connected to each other. So why pick on one? I'm sure if it was in that one, they had to be in the other.
Oh, yeah, they had gone to all of them.
No, remember they shut down just the one.
Well,
And
maybe
I
the other
asked-
ones
And remember
took
I
care of
asked,
the problem. I was watching
how
Bar,
does that
what's the show?
happen?
Bar.
The bar, the one where they, what is
They come in, they find all things wrong with why
Right.
your bar's not doing well. I watched it last night, and they talked about fruit flies.
fruit flies.
And they only go around the lemons and the
With the
limes.
Zambuca.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
All right.
so Sophie and I, we had this idea.
It was fun.
We just couldn't get the logistics down. What we did is we wanted
It was fun.
to find out restaurants that have been shut down. It's real easy to find out. It's not any big secret at all. And we couldn't get the logistics down. To go in there,
Got the logistics down. Come
yeah,
on.
but
We
I was
had
like
to
trying to
act.
hide my phone so we could record
But
them.
half the time you had your phone like this. Oh, you made me do the dirty work.
But what happened is we had some of the funniest stories from man. Of course, they weren't real happy about us coming in.
No. Okay, fruit flies. Okay.
Yeah, fruit
yeah,
flies.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm on
they
your
were-
show.
They
Okay.
were literally pushing us out. As they had this smile on their face, like, here. But we just thought it was a good idea. We said, you know what? We'll let them tell us what happened.
Their side of the story.
Their side of the story, which I thought was pretty nice.
It was funny though.
But I mean, the restaurants
It
didn't.
was
Most of them
funny.
denied it.
Most did.
Like it
deny
never happened, which was definitely not true.
Or it was the old owner.
Yeah.
Remember the new restaurant? So he said it was the old owner. Well, wait a minute. Didn't you just open? You're the new restaurant.
Right.
Who owned it before? Nobody.
And the one that was really the funniest was in Meisner,
Yes.
right next door to what's the name? Max's Grill. Right
Oh,
next door
that's right.
to Max's Grill, the Italian restaurant there.
We won't name names.
And it was funny because he was saying, "Oh no, we didn't have any types of fruit fly. It was in the paper.
No, they had roaches.
Roaches."
And he said it was fruit flies outside.
But we were going like, "Well, why aren't they next door?" too?
Right.
They didn't get closed down.
Exactly.
Their name wasn't in the paper at all.
And that's my point. Just like the other restaurant in Broward next to Publix shut down due to rodents and roaches. Why not Publix?
Speaking of that,
They do go.
There was an
I mean, when
article.
they're connected, like they're connected.
there was an article in the paper that Costco's
Uh-oh.
is going to make another change for their restaurants. Now, didn't they just make something with the hot dogs or?
No, he said he's never going to change the hot dogs. That he's keeping the price as is, $1.50, by the way, you guys, for a hot dog and a Coke, which
That's
is
a good
sweet
deal.
and it's a big hot dog. he quit serving sauerkraut and like the deli mustard, but he has mustard, he has relish, ketchup.
Well,
No,
they said they're going to make a change that people might not like, but they're going to make it anyway.
might be for the pizza or the ice cream or something. And
Yeah.
but he said he's not changing the hot dogs.
So in the future, in a 7-Eleven, you're going to see a Mexican restaurant, and it's called Laredo.
Laredo.
Yeah. And I went in one today, and I first of all, I was amazed because they were cooking it right there, kind of like Chipotle's does.
Okay.
And they had all soft tacos, they're all soft. And I had the, I forget the steak. Really good. So this guy's kind of pushing people around. And I said, "Do you own this place?" I was joking with him. And he said, "Yes, I do. This is my baby."
Mhm.
So I guess they're franchising them out. First of all, very clean.
Well, it's new. It better be clean.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know we were coming in. But I mean, they had tamales. They had chicken tacos. They had beef. They had, what's the steak? The marinated steak. Mexican. What is it?
Fajita.
No,
Do
no.
they have a
No, what they call, I just went blank. Anyway, but it was really good. The only thing I didn't like is they charge extra for cheese. Guacamole, I can understand, but cheese
cheese
and
should be
salsa?
on a
It's
taco.
extra. But the prices were really
Hi,
good.
excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Bob is on the line for you.
Oh, hi,
good.
Bob. You know, that's funny, Bob, because I wanted to say hello to our listeners, our special listeners. I was going to say, hi, Bob, hi, Margaret, and hi, Lana. And here you call in. Are you
See that?
there?
We're on the same wavelength, Sophia.
Oh, stop buttering us up. You just want gift certificates.
Always on the same wavelength.
Hey, I'll take anything I can get these days.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Bob.
Happy New Year to the both of you. I wanted to call in. I was listening to your show, and I Googled the restaurant, Steve-O, that you were talking about that was shut down for 4 times. It's Jay's Kitchen in Deerfield Beach.
What was it?
Yes, that's it in Deerfield.
J''s Kitchen in Deerfield Beach was ordered shut for the 4th time last week by an inspector due to a rodent issue.
Ew.
Yes.
Isn't that a Haitian restaurant or a Creole or something? I'm trying to remember what kind of-
All I know is 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, the article like it really stuck out. And Bob, there's like a lot of restaurants being closed down for rodents.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, we live in South Florida. Rodents are
Yes.
around, roaches are around. But if you're running a clean establishment and restaurant, I mean, generally speaking, you shouldn't have an issue. I mean, I think it's just having to do with cleanliness and keeping up
Absolutely.
with the, with the kitchen and storing things, how you store things. I mean, you have to do it in your own house too. If you leave things out or you don't store things properly, you're going to get roaches. You're going to get rodents.
You're right, Bob. You're
There's a
right.
book, Bob, called Serve Safe. And anybody who's in the restaurant business knows that book. You've got to take a test, and it's about everything you could possibly think of in a kitchen. There's no excuse because you got to learn this. It's not like a test you can cheat on. And it tells you all the different, the salmonella. I mean, it tells you about everything you can get from it. So there's no excuse for a restaurant to be dirty.
Well, remember that one restaurant where they stored the shrimp on top of the chicken or
Yes.
potatoes or something weird the way they were storing their food, and they kept getting shut down for rodents and roaches, and plus they found roaches on the beverage spivets, where the Coke comes out. Oh, that just totally freaked
Bob,
me
have you
out.
found us any good restaurants?
You know what? I haven't been out lately because of the past holidays, and I've just been busy. But I certainly will text you something when I come across something.
There's so many restaurants out there that, if you find something, you just let us know.
We're out of time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't believe how fast it goes. Bravo, give us 5 more minutes. I'm sorry, Bob.
Well, I just want to call it, say hello to you guys. Happy New Year, and
Happy
that
New
restaurant,
Year.
I wanted to. Yeah,
We
you
love
take care of
you.
yourselves. See you soon.
You too, Bob.
Thank
He's
you.
such a good
Bye-bye.
guy.
No, good night. I can't
Yeah.
believe we're out of time.
I know. He
It
goes by so
too
fast.
Bravo, more
Great
time.
job, though, Rebel, as always.
Thank you for reminding us. Thank you, listeners. And
Yeah.
we'll see you
We better
next
thank them.
week,
We'll be
Monday,
here.
6 p.m.
We got some neat things coming up that we'll share with you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. Stay kind.
You've been listening to the Eaton Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.
Thank you, Rebel. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Night.
See you in the morning.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
Thank
too.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.